please recognize the Honorable Court of the State of Missouri, the Honorable Chief Justice George Draper III presiding.
The Supreme Court of Missouri is convened in special session to administer the oath and to award licenses to those who have passed the bar examination and fulfilled the requirements for admission to the bar of our state of Missouri. I'm George W. Draper III, Chief Justice. Normally seated from my left are Judge Mary Rhodes Russell.
Good morning.
After her, next to her would be Judge Patricia Breckenridge.
Good morning.
Sitting next to her normally would be Judge Zell Fisher.
Good morning.
On my right, where we on the bench, would be Judge Paul Wilson.
Good morning.
To his right would be Judge W. Brent Powell.
Good morning.
To his right would be Judge Laura Denver Stith.
Good morning.
The court at this time recognizes Mr. Jim Nargaki to give a motion from the Board of Law Examiners.
Good morning and welcome to all the candidates and congratulations. It's a wonderful achievement. People who give out tests like us really do like when people pass those tests. It may not have seemed like that in February, but we're very honored to have you here. We're also honored to have this individual here in the statute. Next to me is Thomas Jefferson. This is his first Zoom conference ever. Thomas Jefferson said, "I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past." And now that the bar exam is in your past, we look forward to your dreams in the future and your achievements as attorneys. Therefore, may it please the court, the Missouri Board of Law Examiners and its Executive Director, Andrea Spiller, is hereby certified that all these candidates have met all the requirements under Rule 8. And therefore, I make a motion that this court grant them the license to practice law in the state of Missouri.
Thank you. At this time, the court recognizes President of the Missouri Bar, Mr. Tom Bender, for purposes of a second.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. I'm privileged to serve as the president of the Missouri Bar this year and support your nomination for admission to the bar. I wish we could all be together. There's something invigorating about seeing all the families and support that you have around you as you've worked through these hard years to get your degree. And it's one thing these recent months have told us is that having support groups are very important. And I know that your families and friends are all very proud of what you've accomplished. I want you to know that in a few minutes, you're going to be part of another even bigger support group. You're going to become automatically members of the Missouri Bar. For 75 years, we've had a unified bar in this state. And it means that soon you'll be part of a big support group, 30,000 lawyers in the state of Missouri. And I want you to assure you that the Missouri Bar will do everything that it can to make sure that your careers are enjoyable and successful. You come into the practice in a very challenging time. I've practiced law in this state for over 40 years, and frankly, while I've seen a lot of changes, this is unparalleled. This pandemic threatens us in many ways. It threatens our health, it threatens our finances and our ways of practice, and it tests our mental toughness. I was thinking of you all the other day when I saw a doctor, a newly admitted doctor, and I thanked him for what he was doing as he was serving on the front lines and putting himself at risk. And he said, "Well, thank you for that, but that's why I went to school. And even though we are facing a pandemic, who gets to work on a pandemic in their lifetime? So this is really exciting, but it's also a little scary." I thought of you all because you're really on the front lines too. We have legal troubles that are unparalleled in terms of what we're going to do, and finding ways to provide service to those in need during these times is a great challenge. Great challenges bring great opportunities, and we need bright young minds like yours to help lead us in this new virtual world of depositions, of hearings, of trials in ways that we've never conducted before. We need your vision to help in our rural areas to give people that don't have access in these times to our legal system. It's a little scary out there, but I hope you too find it a little exciting and know that as you navigate these troubled waters, the Missouri Bar is here to help you all along the way. We're very proud of what you've accomplished. You should be proud of yourselves. Congratulations and good luck. And Mr. Chief Justice, it's my privilege to second the nomination of these highly qualified candidates for admission to the Missouri Bar.
Well said, President Bender. The motion is sustained. Normally, I would ask the applicants at this point to rise. However, given the circumstances, I will ask you simply to raise your right hands and repeat the oath with me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Missouri, that I will maintain and respect due courts of justice, judicial officers, and members of my profession, and will at all times conduct myself with dignity, becoming an officer of the court in which I appear, that I will never seek to mislead the judge or jury by any artifice or false statement of fact or law, that I will at all times conduct myself in accordance with the rules of professional conduct, and that I will practice law to the best of my knowledge and ability, and with consideration for the defenseless and oppressed, so help me God. Welcome to the profession of law. Now, congratulations and welcome. Today we celebrate your accomplishment. It is the court's honor to welcome each of you to the profession of law, a profession that requires much for you to join and demands yet even more for you to remain. Always remember the cost in time, hard work, and financial sacrifice it took to get you here today. Now you will have the enhanced ability to impact the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of people. The legal work for which you will receive remuneration, as well as the gratuitous or solicited insights you offer throughout your career, will be significant. The difference for some between freedom or confinement and success or financial ruin immediately come to mind. To speak plainly, be mindful of the free legal advice your neighbors, friends, and yes, relatives now expect on any and all legal matters. Those tips you offer may result in the same enormously profound outcome as the challenging legal issues presented by the client you or your law partners desire and hope for and expect payment from as a result of the hourly bill or contingency fee. Knowledge is power. You are among the most highly educated, powerful people in the world. So know this, the best lawyers are also public citizens that provide an example of leadership and service to the community. As you use your power to give advice and make decisions, whether in the practice of law or some other professional pursuit that will surely test your ethics, protect yourself, your family, your reputation, and this license, along with whatever chairs you endow or libraries you finance with your great wealth or contributions you make to the greater body of jurisprudence. Your greatest legacy will be your family and reputation. So maintain familiarity with our court rules and stay versed in controlling precedent. And remember also, a very famous lawyer is credited with saying, there is no higher authority than truth. With that, I tell you, you stand between chaos and civilization, truth and lie, anarchy and community. This service makes our profession a noble calling. You now have earned a seat at this table. In conferring upon you this license, we recognize your intellect and welcome your perspective, insights, and voice. Again, congratulations. At this time, you may present the licenses by way of reading during this ceremony.
Thank you, Judge Draper. Here are the successful candidates for a law license. Nicholas Adams, Joshua Aguilar, Ume Kulsum Arif, April Bayonne, Kendra Brown, Miranda De Leon, Tiana Drake, Andrea Ellis, Luke Funicario, Wendy Holting, Brad Johnson, Tiffany Jones, Rachel Kenny, Amrita Kurana, Megan Law, Jacob Lawrence, Elisa Layton, Tariq Mahmood, Mackenzie Medich, Madeline Moeller, Daniel Ortiz, Lindy Rodemaker, Kendra Thomas, Megan Tweedy, Sarah Waymer, Lindsay Wiederholt, and Benjamin Zinkel.
Thank you. At this time, it's my understanding these licenses will subsequently be mailed to you. Now, let me say in closing, this has been.
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry, one more.
Very
Somebody
good.
joined us. Tracy Hoover.
Very good, welcome. This has been an historic remote ceremony. Each year, the Bar Association has their annual meeting along with the court-mandated conference that is mandated pursuant to statute. At that meeting, senior members of the bar are part of the dais, and there's a designated member to speak. And they tend to recount their experiences over the years of practice. And I'm adding this to the normal ceremony because perhaps one of you at this ceremony will be at that ceremony in the subsequent years to come and will be able to recount that you were part of this historic ceremony. I'd like to thank Ms. Spillers, Mr. Cecil, Ms. Fife, Ms. Epps, and Ms. Aubuchon for their participation in setting this up for the benefit of these new attorneys and the court. Now, members of the court and bar, please give these new attorneys a round of applause. And Mr. Cecil, if you can put each individual judge on one at a time while we're doing that, that would be appreciated. New members of the bar. Normally I would have your parents give you an applause or your significant others, but in this case, please give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations on being part of this historic, innovative induction ceremony. Welcome to the bar.